Okay, everyone, I have a confession to make. I just love window shopping for art materials online. And one particular venture down Jackson's art store online led me to its sale on color pencils, and I really wanted whole bean. So I got 12 pencils this time. And along with that, I got myself an art graph and some watercolor half pans. And in this video you will see me swatch all the colors that I got, and we'll make a piece out of it. See, can you see that? I really liked how earthy the tones were, and I landed up with this mushroom piece. Hello everyone, this is Bhairavi Govindarajan and I'm a mixed media artist. Today let's see the art haul. Now that we have opened the package, okay, shall we go through these colors? Winsor & Newton Professional Watercolors. That one was Perlin Green. This one is Winsor Orange. Then we have Potter's Pink and Green Gold. This I've been eyeing in Onma's feed for a long time now. Most of these colors I've been eyeing for over 5 to 6 months. And this is Indigo. And I'm happy to have them now. This one is art graph and it has earthy tones, and I have the watercolor charcoal version of it, and it is so much fun. I keep drawing with it and making rough studies. And this one has sanguine, ochre, sepia, brown, dark brown and black carbon. And now for the whole vein pencils, this is horizon blue, grape, raisin, look at their names, indigo, fir green and porcelain blue. People who came up with these names are really good. The porcelain blue. And this is chocolate, tiger lily, see, tiger lily, and then burgundy, peach, vermilion, and the last one's dandelion. Speaking about dandelion, have you seen those leaves? They have such, nature produces such beautiful shapes. Okay, I really love these names. So if you like them, check them out too. And now we'll start swatching art graph. My god, look at that pigment. It is so pigmented, and with water it reacts like watercolor, but it also feels like wash. So these art graph, what do you call them, crayon sticks, or I don't know, see, you can take them out from that cork casing and you can even apply them directly, like draw with them on paper, and you can even apply water on top of it. So those are the ways, like you would do a Derwent Inktense block. So yeah, you can try it out in various ways. So we saw sanguine, ochre, and this is sepia. You can see that it's starting to dry in a very matte fashion, so it seems to be like a cross between a wash and watercolor. Oh my god, those browns, they are absolutely rich. You can use the brown and the dark brown coming next along with the sanguine to make beautiful pine trees. Might be really wonderful. Okay, we should try that out. Okay, so this is dark brown. I love the way they go on paper, and this is an art creation sketchbook from Royal Talons, and it's so smooth. So I love the way the paint glides on top of this paper. And this is black carbon. Black carbon. So You can see how dense thick the pigment is. It's really loaded, and I wanted to try compare it with the charcoal. So I wanted to swatch it below the black carbon. I was trying to take out as much paint as possible to make it, as dark as possible. Swatching is also fun. Like, you can absolutely zone out and go into these swatches. You can keep swatching. Anytime you don't know what to do, you can swatch. Have fun. So this is Potter's Pink. I felt like it was a light version of Sanguine, when it's absolutely diluted. And then oh my god, you should see this Winsor Orange. It is, just look at that. It looks like sunshine on paper. It's so beautiful. I love Winsor Orange. And then you have Green Gold. When I see Green Gold next to this Winsor Orange, they all pair so well. I feel they're so good together. I just love it. Look. And the Perylene Green, I've been wanting a dark green for a while now, and I have only pushed my greens dark with the help of Derwent Inkton's pencils, and this paint is a real good addition. And speaking of Derwent Inkton's, I'll talk about that in some video in the future. Inkton's pencils are absolutely gorgeous. The richness of their color is beautiful. Okay, and the last one is Indigo, by the way. Yeah. So now that we are done with all the colors, let's name them. And a swatch always comes in handy when you have to, when you want to know what colors you have, what you don't have, so that, in case you're placing an order, you don't duplicate your stuff and all that. So yeah, can you see how matte they have dried the colors on the art graph colors? I'm trying not to say but yeah, it ends up being a long pause, and then you may not understand because there will be no continuity and you may not understand what I was speaking. Yeah, anyway, so now let's dive in with these color pencils. I'll try to speed it up so that you can see the swatch in the end. And I also try to make small swatches, group of these swatches, to try to make like a mid-tone, a dark one and a lighter one, and then or place colors adjacent each other to see if they form a nice palette of their own. It could help with a limited palette challenge or something like that. So I was also trying that. You will be able to see those swatches at the end of this at the end of this swatching. So that is, I think, grape, and raisin, and I go on and on with all the pencils. They are so buttery. Yeah, I think I've said it enough number of times that they are buttery. Sometimes I am repetitive. Sorry about that. See? And then I thought I'll make a sketch with these colors. It's not like it's very limited, but yeah. It was about trying to push the kind of colors that I have. I have made a preliminary sketch. I took a reference from Pexels, and I wanted, because it was a lot of earthy tones on art graph, I wanted to make something that represented autumn. I love the colors during autumn, the reds, the yellows, and the greens in various shades. They are absolutely beautiful, and you have a lot of rainy days here, so you can have some dark indigo as well to push. Actually, dark indigo can also come in some nooks and crannies inside some woods or a forest or something like that. So yeah, so you have mushrooms and a forest floor kind of picture. So now I have applied the basic watercolor layer, and you will see me add layer upon layer. Sometimes I actually thought that once you apply a layer of paint and that was it. The magic of applying layer upon layer is, yeah, like I said, it's just magic. So I forgot to actually have a palette next to me while I was doing all this, and I kept taking all the colors from those half pans, and I felt then I was kind of limited to those colors themselves, and not when you have a palette you can mix as many colors as you want with the colors that you have. So that is what I did next. I took a palette, I started making pools of color, and then mix those pools and get different colors. It was nice. I enjoyed it. I'm talking as though all this is new, but every time I do it, it feels new to me. So that's what I'm trying to convey from this. Yeah, I thought I'll let you watch for some time without me rambling on. I just got back again to tell you that I applied indigo on top, which I kind of missed to film. Yeah, so that indigo was to give absolute darkness to the shadows behind and make that those yellowish, the green gold leaves shine along with the mushrooms. And I layered various greens, like you would have seen me mixing the or on the forest floor area, and it was first green gold, and then on top of that I added mixes of the various greens, and now I'm going over it with green again, the pencil, and then I just can't get enough of it sometimes. I just keep going on and on. I also applied some dark shadows to the mushrooms, which again I will later once again go over it again. I also apply a little bit of yellow to the Windsor orange on the mushrooms to actually show the sun bouncing off of those mushrooms. And there is also something called ambient light, which I try to achieve later, which I will explain when I come to that stage. Yeah. So this is me going over those mushrooms again to push. It's like, I'm not sure where I heard this, but or I'm maybe it is Kavita only. Kavita Aravind, check out her YouTube channel Chidiya Ud, and she's also on Patreon. I think I heard it from her. Make the darks darker and the lights lighter. So I was just trying to push the darkness as much as possible to make them to help with the contrast. And yeah, that's me doing that. Now you see me go through that, I'm adding fir green to the as an outline to those green gold leaves, and I'm instantly feeling, oh my god, I should not have done this. You can see me point. I feel like I should have gone lighter on it. So yeah, I really sometimes once you put the paint on, the color on paper, and you feel that you cannot go back on it, your mind starts going in a kind of frenzy to think, how can I correct it, how can I correct it, how can I correct it. And I feel that is when a lot of new things can be discovered. Like suddenly you want to push the entire thing back, okay, you apply white gouache on top of it, or you it's or you push it back with some markers, or you try to innovate in ways like, how do you salvage the rest of the piece, and maybe try some acrylic gouache. And I feel acrylic gouache is a great medium to push even dark dense things, like even that indigo can be pushed back absolutely, because that acrylic gouache from Holbein is so thick and beautiful, it's creamy, and it'll help you mask any of your mistakes. Although I didn't use all of that here, I just it just came to my mind. All this was running in my mind, I was racing, like, how do I correct that dark green? And finally I just go over it with pencil, that Holbein pencil. And the catch was, because I didn't want to use any other medium other than the the material that came out of the art hall, so I wanted to correct it with what I had. So I went over it with the porcelain blue, and I felt that made it much better. Yeah, now you see me going through on top of it with porcelain blue, and I felt that made it better. So yeah, that was those were my thoughts on how to correct, in case you feel you want to correct something in the piece that you have done. And I'm also adding the porcelain blue onto the mushrooms and the green foliage part, which helps with the atmospheric light that I was talking about. It's like the sky is being reflected onto the foliage, so there will be that light as well on top of everything. Sometimes it is not just green. Our eye doesn't, sometimes we miss out on seeing all these nuances, so I'm trying to be more observant. And that was the piece. Thank you so much for watching it, and thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, hit that bell icon for you to get more notifications about my videos. I hope to see you all in my next video, and anything you want to ask me, please, I always check my comments, so comment below. Thank you. Bye bye.